that way. I had another point I wanted to make, a little trick I learned from top contest player Duke Matisse that combines using Formulator with using the excellent Saratoga Clocker Report. I didn't tell Mike, oh no, you do have it. I wasn't gonna, we didn't even necessarily need to show it, but let's do it. Let's go back to the second race and let's look at Seattle Ice Queen. And you'll see in Seattle Ice Queen's last work, there it is, that, that the workmate was Call Me Stony. Well, using Formulator, you can look up the figures that Call Me Stony typically runs. In this case, just by clicking on Bruce Levine once again, and you'll see a roster of every horse he's started in the last 5 years. We can scroll down to Call Me Stony, and we can click on Call Me Stony and see the lifetime PP and see that this is a horse who in the last 2 starts has run a 68 and a 70 Beyer speed figure. Now, it stands to reason, it's not foolproof, but it stands to reason it's one of these data points in the mosaic that a horse working closely and competitively in the morning might stand to run a speed figure that's similar. So then when you scroll to the top of the PP with that information in mind, knowing that this horse was working with a horse who just ran a 68 and a 70, you see that the Beyer speed figure is 67. That adds to the appeal to me, as opposed to a horse like one of the main market rivals here, Cha-Cha Heels, who we don't have to go through the whole exercise again, Mike, but you can go and see that that Special Risk, who Cha-Cha Heels was running with, has only run once, first-time starter. Horse could be a lot better than this, but the initial speed figure was, I think, a 55 or a 57. Look, it's not going to make me toss Cha-Cha Heels completely. It's not going to make me single Seattle Ice Queen, but that's the kind of data point that when I'm separating contenders in a multi-race bet or choosing to emphasize horses in a vertical exotic bet, that's the kind of information that's going to make me want to lean a little bit more heavily to Seattle Ice Queen's side. And I just thought it was a clever way to use all the available information to try to look at the world in a way that's a little bit different than just every handicapper out there is doing. You've got to try to find yourself an edge in such a competitive meet like Saratoga. Tools like Formulator and the Clocker reports from Mike Welsh and Mike Vesey are an excellent way of doing that, in my opinion. Mike, how about you? Do you